Hello everyone, this is Alexander Tegolf with Prestige Waterfront Realty, and we're going to be doing our Welcome to Box video. This video is going to be specifically for people that have never used Box before, as well as to answer the question of how we will be using Box intra-office for our benefit to all of our agents. So I'm going to try to make this really quick as it's going to be very, very basic. What I want to cover is how to basically get access to Box and what Box is going to be used for. So the first thing you need to know is going to be a back-end office system, meaning that it's going to be used for our agents to collaborate between each other on future projects, as well as access secured files that we have made available for all of you. So what that means is that you will need to get an invitation. Now, some of you did go ahead and get invitations over the weekend, and we're asking what it is and how it's going to work, and hopefully this video will help answer that. So I will go ahead and send an invite to our Gmail account that we use for these training videos. Went ahead and sent that. So in a couple of minutes here, there we go, I get an email. So this weekend, you guys got one of two different emails. If you have a Box account, you got an email that looks exactly like this, which just says that I'm sharing a folder with you and shows you where that folder is so you can access it. Or it says that I'd like to share a file with you via Box to go ahead and create an access for Box. It's going to have a green button. For those of you who have never used Box before, go ahead and click that green button. For those of you that have used Box before, you can just click View File, and it should bring you to what I'm trying to share with you. If you don't have an account, it's a free account. All you need to do is create a username, which should be your first and last name, create a password, and once you do, it will bring you to this page. So I want to go ahead and do one quick thing here before we get started, so that way you see everything that on my screen here, as you should be seeing on yours. So I'm going to add a new folder here, PWRC training, and we're going to do this at, let's see, broker inbox. And I'm going to go over this in 1 second and tell you how we're going to be using it. Okay, broker inbox, and then here, PWRC video@gmail.com. Got it. And invite myself. I'm going to go ahead and come back here. Let's see. Reload this page. There we go. So once you guys log in, this is what your screen is going to look like. You're going to have two folders, PWC training, or in this case, it'll be your name, dash broker inbox, as well as agent resources. So I want to go over each of these very briefly for you. The broker inbox is basically anything you want to send me or you want to keep private for yourself. So this would be things like keeping your contracts on file, backup of your contracts, because you're going to want to have access to them from the road, from your cell phone, iPads, a public computer, wherever it is that you are, you can, access that information. Or things that need my review, listing contracts, closing contracts, something that you need to submit for compliance to me as your broker would go in here, and then you would just email or share me the link, just message me letting me know, hey, I just completed a file on this deal, go ahead and copy it for your records. But I don't want to go into too much detail right now. Just know that the broker folder is one that you should use to keep stuff either private or to send me. And the agent resource folder is one that is available to all of the Prestige Waterfront Realty agents and staff. So if you click on this one, you'll see there's number 8 next to it in a little figure. That means that 8 people are invited to collaborate and have access to these files. So when you open that folder, you're going to see right here, 9 collaborators. That means that there's 9 people that are viewing all of the files in here. So if you upload a file in this folder, every agent is going to be able to access that, either make corrections to it or just download it and print it out. You can also click Mail All to send a message to all of the collaborators in that folder saying, hey, here's something that I just updated. I want you all to have a copy. For the most part, as an agent, for the time being, you're going to be using the upload feature only to go ahead and add things like association assets. An association asset, just to go over it briefly, is files pertaining to association or a condo association or a homeowners association. They're separated by county and then by the name of the actual condo building or association. When you click on Regency Tower, for instance, you're going to see that it's going to show you the rules and regulations, floor plans, different forms that that association uses. So, for those of you that are closing a deal and have paperwork, blank paperwork that is not on the server yet, I suggest that you take the couple of minutes to go ahead and upload that application or anything else you may need, so that way you have it for yourself for the next time, as well as for all of the other agents to have it. But I'm going to do a separate video on that. Just wanted to let you know that for the time being, that is, mainly where you're going to be uploading stuff. Let me go back out here. I want to go over briefly the info that's available for you right now, and this is something that's going to be changing as I upload more material. The first folder you're going to have right now is your bookmarks folder. This is going to be mainly for agents, new agents, as well as people who just want to go ahead and access bookmarks from a public computer that they may not have saved. So it's going to have things like the board URL, a link to transaction desk, a link to the new MLS, a link to the old MLS, a link to MLS for iPad, property appraiser websites, as well as syndication. For those of you who are new agents, you should take the time and click on the syndications folder and go ahead and fill out the forms under List Hub and Point 2. That is going to allow you to have your listings that you enter into MLS syndicate and publish to thousands of websites around the world. So it's really important that you take the time to visit both of these links. You just click on it and it'll open up. Fill out, sign up, and make sure that you're actually getting free advertising from MLS by using that. So I definitely advise that you guys all take the time to do that. So that's the bookmark section. The template section, the condo section we already went over. The other three files in here are general files that you will need: Office Policy and Procedures Manual, Agent Roster, as well as Disclosure Agreements. They're all found for you right here. You can go ahead and do several things. You can either add a comment if you see a mistake or something needs updating, and go ahead and write whatever your comment is, blah, blah, blah. And that will be shared with all of the agents, all of the collaborators. So if they go ahead and look here, they'll see that there's one comment. They'll be able to see your comment. It's very similar to Facebook as far as the commenting, the way it works here. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because we don't want to comment for no reason. Or you can click the arrow down and do things like edit, preview, download, upload a new version, lock a file, or share it. So this is going to be very useful as you're going to see later on in some of our additional videos. But for the most part, just want to do a quick summary here. The important thing that you need to know for the time being for this video is that you need to have access to Box. The agent resource file is public to all of our agents, and your broker inbox is something that either only you or I can see as your broker. So that's where you would keep your private stuff. For those of you that want to have information that's related to real estate or something else, so I don't have access to it, the first thing you're going to want to do is create a folder. You get 5 gigabytes free from Box, and you're going to call this private. Once you do that, you're going to see any folder that's yellow is only being accessed by you, is in your personal folder. Anything that is blue is being shared with at least one other person. So in this, the broker inbox, 1 collaborator, myself. The agent one, 8 collaborators, all the other agents. So that's pretty much it for this first video. I would like to take, for all of you to take some time to familiarize yourself with these folders, and that way you can know how to use the system, play around with it. Obviously, don't try to delete anything. Most of you shouldn't have delete privileges anyway. You have the privilege to view. You have the privilege to upload. Some of you will later have privileges to delete and edit and so forth, as you become trained and familiar with the system. So for the time being, that's pretty much all you guys need to know. If you have any questions or comments from now on, please go ahead and send me a message through Box if it's related to training. If it's not an emergency, then I want you to do it through here. That way I know what's going on.